This is part one of a three-part series. You'll hear me say a four-part series, but creating an email and forwarding it was too short. It couldn't be two. There you go. We're on part one, buying a domain. This is Tammy DeBose with MLMtrainingreport.com. We're going to talk about purchasing a domain and forwarding that domain to some real property. Now let me preface this by letting you know this is for the beginner. This is for the part-time entrepreneur, the person who simply wants to look more professional and allow people to see them in a bigger light than they are. Those of you who are full-time entrepreneurs and plan on making full-time money with the internet and with your business, you're in an entirely different ball game. You need WordPress for MLM.com, and I'll tell you more about that later, but I just wanted to preface that you don't want to waste your time watching this video unless you simply want something to have to get started. This is for the starter entrepreneur and the part-time entrepreneur. Here's our game plan. Part one, we're going to buy a domain and we're going to forward that domain to some property. We'll do a separate part two for those of you who choose to have a more professional looking email associated with that particular domain. I'm going to make a couple of assumptions before we go into buying that domain. I'm going to assume you have chosen a domain name. If you have not chosen a domain name, I encourage you to go to my website, MLMtrainingreport.com. Mike Stokes and I have a posting, this posting right here, are all the .coms gone. I'm going to encourage you to check that out if you're still trying to come up with a domain name, because it's important that you secure a .com unless you are an SEO whiz. And if you don't even know what I said when I said SEO, that's search engine optimized, you need a .com. Here we go. I'm going to refer you to two different domain account servers. You're going to look at GoDaddy.com or MergeDomains.com. I use both of them primarily because I started out with GoDaddy and their customer service is top-notch and they've been very good to me. I want to keep those domains. I've already registered with them. However, since I've become more internet savvy and I spend more time building sites and such, I have moved over to MergeDomains, where domains are a little less expensive. They're both very economical. However, MergeDomains might be a few pennies less, and those pennies can add up after you purchase a number of domains. Very simple. On each of these sites, MergeDomains or, again, GoDaddy, they have this little domain name search box. You will have done some homework. Hopefully you've watched, again, the video that I have posted on the MLM Training Resource Review, and you already have a domain name picked out. You're going to come here and you're going to type in that domain. Or if you want to spend all night, you can start here and you can keep trying domains until you find one. So we're going to do hotdoggroomertoday.com because we know we want to pick out words that help people understand what we do, dog groomer, and doggroomer.com is very likely taken. So we know we want to purchase that domain. I'm going to keep this really simple. You guys have to be smart enough to be able to go through this entire process of purchasing a domain. However, I will note, you see this domain just $10.69. By the time you check out, it should still be $10.69. Let me show you that same domain on MergeDomains, hotdoggroomertoday.com. I'm going to hit go and let you see that $7.49. That's what I mean by every penny starts to add up, and we're going to go ahead and purchase that for 1 year. On either site, whichever one you choose, pass up all the offers. You don't need those offers. You don't need hosting with them. If you decide you want hosting, you need to, again, check out my MLM trainingreport.com for reviews on HostGator, HostGatorDirect.com, and we're going to say no thanks to everything. Now you need an account with either GoDaddy or MergeDomains, and what you're going to do is you can either create an account if this is your first time at this time, or if you have an existing account, you simply click log into an existing account. I've logged into my account, and you can see here it automatically populates to 2 years. So they want you to purchase a 2-year domain with them. Now if I'm not sure about the domain, I only go for 1 year. Unless it's something that I really know I'm going to be doing for 2 years from now, I am going to choose 1 year. Now the truth is, you guys, I'm not really purchasing hot dog groomer today, but I'm going to skip all this stuff. And here, look, no thanks. Don't show me any more deals on hosting, site builders, email, and more. MergeDomains and GoDaddy are wonderful registration products. However, there are better hosting products out there for your domains for those of you who are going to choose to take the entrepreneur full-time seriously route. We're going to continue. And be patient with MergeDomains. I will tell you that sometimes I think it's not going anywhere because I don't see the little circles moving and I don't have a little green bar that loads on the bottom. Now I want to review my shopping cart. And here you can see I did an earlier training, and I want to remove this one because that was another part of a training. Then I would go ahead, update my cart, or select my method of payment. I'm not purchasing this domain because I am not a groomer, and I am not working with a groomer right now. I want to click that I've read the terms of agreement, and then I'm going to continue with the checkout. I'm sure you guys can figure that out on your own. And what we're going to do is we're going to come right back. You're going to stay where you are, and then I'm going to show you how to forward a domain. Tammy, I want to encourage you to look at mine and Mike Stokes' manual. For those of you who are more advanced and you want a bigger and better presence on the internet, check out WordPressforMLM.com/sneak peek into our most recent ebook.